You're about to hear something that most people will never understand, an ancient truth hidden in the wisdom of our ancestors. One sentence, a handful of words, and if you speak it with the right consciousness, with the right intention, everything in your financial life will begin to shift. I need you to pause right now. Close your eyes for just a moment, because what I am about to share with you is not entertainment. This is not motivational speech. This is not theory. This is a principle that has sustained the Jewish people through thousands of years of exile, persecution, and triumph. A principle that transformed shepherds into kings, slaves into builders of nations, refugees into the wealthiest communities in history. Let me be honest with you. You have been taught lies about money. You have been told that wealth comes from grinding, from sacrificing your health, from waiting for the perfect opportunity, from knowing the right people. And maybe you have worked yourself to exhaustion following that formula. Maybe you have done everything right and still found yourself struggling, watching others who barely try living in abundance while you remain stuck. I know that frustration. I have counseled hundreds of people who feel exactly the same way. And the answer they discovered, the answer I discovered in the ancient texts, changed everything. The secret is not out there. It never was. The secret is within you. And tonight, I am going to show you exactly how to unlock it. There is a sentence rooted in 3,000 years of Jewish wisdom that when spoken from the right state of consciousness, from the right place in your soul, pulls wealth toward you like a magnet. Not because it is magic, not because it is a trick, but because it aligns you with a spiritual law that governs abundance in this universe. The law of Shefa, divine flow. The law that says when you embody prosperity in your consciousness, reality must reflect it back to you. Right now your mind is racing. What could this sentence be? What words could possibly attract money instantly? But before I tell you, you need to understand something crucial. Words without consciousness are dead. Sentences spoken without belief are empty noise. You can repeat affirmations 10,000 times and see nothing change. But when a word is born inside you, when it carries the fire of your imagination, when it vibrates with the certainty of truth, reality cannot resist it. It must take form. This is not my invention. This is the teaching of the sages. This is the principle that built empires. I want you to know that you did not arrive here by accident. Something in you is ready. Something in you has reached the point where enough is enough. Enough of waiting. Enough of hoping. Enough of watching everyone else prosper while you struggle. Tonight, we are going to cross a line together. And once you cross it, you can never go back. Because once you understand how quickly reality bends to your inner word, once you see it happen in your own life, you cannot unsee it. You cannot unknow it. It becomes part of who you are. Let me share something with you. In the Talmud, our sages asked a profound question. Why are the people of the land of Israel wealthy? And the answer they gave was stunning. Because they give so much to tzedakah, to charity. Think about that. The rabbis did not say they are wealthy because they work harder. They did not say it is because they are smarter or luckier. They said wealth comes from giving. Wealth comes from embodying the consciousness of abundance. When you give from a place of knowing you have more than enough, when you speak from that state, when you live from that identity, money has no choice but to flow toward you. This is the principle I'm going to teach you tonight. And the sentence you are about to learn is the key that unlocks it. But I must warn you, if you treat this lightly, if you hear the words and move on without embodying them, nothing will change. You must give this your full attention, your full presence, your full heart. Because this is not just about attracting wealth, it is about becoming wealth. It is about recognizing that prosperity is not a future event. It is a present identity. And when you accept that identity, when you truly step into it, everything changes. Your posture changes. Your decisions change. The opportunities that come to you change. And yes, your bank account follows. Now listen carefully. For the next hour, I am going to guide you step by step through this ancient wisdom. You will understand what our sages knew that the modern world has forgotten. You will feel the power behind the words, and when the moment comes, you will speak the sentence, not as a beggar, not as someone hoping and wishing, but as someone who already lives in abundance, as someone who already knows their worth. If you are new here, I want you to subscribe right now, not because it helps this channel, though it does, but because this path is not a single step, it is a journey. And if tonight you discover your power, You will want to go deeper. You will want to continue walking this path with me. So let us begin. The mystery of a single sentence. You are standing before a door right now. It is invisible to your eyes, but your heart knows it is there. Behind this door lies a secret that only a few have dared to embrace. A sentence, a small arrangement of words that carries the weight of gold, the scent of prosperity, the vibration of wealth itself. Why would a sentence hold such power? Think about it. Every revolution in history began with words. Every great movement, every transformation. Words are not just sounds. They are carriers of consciousness. They are containers of states. When spoken from the depth of imagination, from the depth of belief, they mold reality itself. In Jewish mysticism, in Kabbalah, we learn about the power of speech. We learn that God created the world with words. Vayomer Elohim, and God said. 10 utterances brought everything into existence. Light, earth, life, all of it spoken into being. And you, created in the image of God, carry that same creative power in your words. When you speak from consciousness, from alignment with divine abundance, you create, you shape, you manifest. Pause here for a moment. Think about your own life. How many sentences have defined you? Perhaps you heard as a child, "We cannot afford that," and those words became your prison. Perhaps you told yourself, "I am not good with money," and that sentence became a curse repeated again and again, invisible words writing the script of your financial reality without you even noticing. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine a sentence so rich, so alive, so charged with prosperity consciousness that when you speak it, the prison doors swing open. You are no longer bound by inherited beliefs, no longer chained by family patterns, no longer trapped in the cycle of lack. You speak, and the world bends. The sages taught us that creation is finished. Everything you seek already exists. Right now, in this moment, the money you desire is already in circulation. The abundance you dream of is already here. The only question is, are you aligned with it? Are you vibrating at the frequency that attracts it? This is where the sentence comes in. It is not long. It is not complicated. It is beautifully simple. And yet, when clothed with imagination, with feeling, with the consciousness of one who already possesses, it carries the authority of creation itself. Right now, part of you is impatient. You want me to say it immediately. You want to hear the words and move on. But understand, without preparation, the sentence will pass right through you. You will hear it, nod, and nothing will change. But if you prepare, if you open yourself to the mystery, if you break the ground of your consciousness, then when you speak it, it will not just be words. It will be a birth. It will be the beginning of your transformation. Think of money not as paper, not as numbers on a screen. Think of it as energy. It flows, it moves, it seeks those who embody its frequency. In the Zohar, the foundational text of Kabbalah, we learn about Shefa, the divine flow of abundance that moves from the infinite source down into our world. But here is the key. That flow does not move toward those who beg. It does not move toward those who doubt. It moves toward those who create space for it, those who embody the consciousness of abundance, those who speak from the end, from the place of already having. When you speak from lack, you push abundance away. When you speak from fear, you create blockage. But when you speak from wealth, from prosperity consciousness, from the state of already being the one who has, it runs to you. This is why our tradition insists on blessing everything. We say blessings over food, over drink, over every experience of pleasure. Why? Because blessing creates flow. Blessing acknowledges abundance. Blessing aligns us with the divine source of all provision. And the rabbis taught that one who eats without a blessing steals from God. Not because God needs the food, but because the blessing is what opens the channel for more abundance to flow. Take another breath. Let that sink in. You are moving into a different dimension of consciousness. You may not realize it yet, but the moment you chose to listen to this message, something began. You entered a field where money is not earned. It is attracted, where wealth is not chased. It is embodied. And the sentence you will soon speak is the key to crossing that threshold. For now, remember this. You have been living under a spell of words. Words spoken over you. Words you spoke over yourself. Words that shaped your financial reality without your conscious awareness. But tonight you are going to break that spell. You are going to choose your own words. And when you do, the mystery will no longer be a mystery. It will be your lived reality. Let me take you deeper. The creative power of the word. You have been told since childhood that words are harmless, that they are just sounds floating in the air, that only actions matter. But deep down, you know this is not true. A single sentence spoken to you years ago may still echo in your mind. It may still shape how you see yourself, how you walk into a room, how you expect life to treat you. This is no accident. Words are the clothing of consciousness. They are not powerless. They are creative. Our entire tradition is built on this truth. In the beginning was the Word. Bereshit bara Elohim. In the beginning, God created. How? Through speech, through the power of divine utterance. And you, made in that image, carry that same creative capacity. The imagination you have clothed in feeling becomes fact, and the way imagination speaks is through words. Every prayer you have ever prayed, every affirmation, every casual remark to yourself, these are words that shape states, and states solidify into reality. If you say, "I never have enough money," you are not describing your life, you are commanding it. You are speaking it into being. If you say, "I always attract prosperity," you are not fantasizing. You are decreeing a reality. And the universe, which operates on spiritual laws as precise as physical laws, must respond. You might think, "But I have tried affirmations before. They did not work." And I would smile at you with compassion, because it was never about repeating empty syllables. It was about embodying the state. The word without feeling is a body without a soul. But the word charged with imagination, with emotion, with the consciousness of truth lives. It breathes, it creates. Think about how our scriptures begin. Bereshit, in the beginning. And the text unfolds as a series of divine speeches. Vayomer Elohim Yehi, or, and God said, "Let there be light." Speech creates reality. This is not metaphor. This is the deepest teaching of our tradition. Your word is creative power when it is spoken from the right place. When you speak from the end, from the reality already fulfilled in consciousness, your word becomes law. You might look at your life right now and think, "But my word has no power. I have said many things that never happened." Listen closely. Every word you have ever spoken did happen. But it happened in proportion to the feeling you gave it, in proportion to the consciousness from which you spoke. When you said, "I cannot afford this," and felt the truth of it in your bones, felt the heaviness of lack, reality echoed back your command. When you said, "I will never make it," and felt it deeply, life obeyed. Do you see? It has always worked. The law has always been operating. Only now you are going to work it consciously. You are going to speak with awareness. You are going to choose your state before you choose your words. Our tradition is filled with stories of this principle in action. Abraham, our father, spoke blessing over his household and became exceedingly wealthy in silver and gold and cattle. Joseph spoke dreams, saw visions, and even in prison his words carried such power that he rose to become second only to Pharaoh, managing the wealth of an empire. Solomon asked for wisdom, and abundance followed him all his days. These were not lucky people. These were people who understood the creative power of consciousness expressed through word and action. I myself have lived this truth. I went from struggle to abundance, not because I worked harder, not because I suddenly became smarter, but because I changed my inner word. I changed the sentence I spoke to myself about money. I changed my identity from one who lacks to one who receives, and everything shifted. Opportunities appeared. Unexpected checks arrived. Clients sought me out. Doors opened that I had not even knocked on, and I have watched hundreds of people in my community experience the same transformation when they grasped this principle. So I want you to grasp this deeply. The sentence you are about to learn is not a magic formula. It is a declaration of consciousness. It is a state made audible. And when you speak it from the right place, when you feel it in your bones, when you let it reshape your inner world, your outer world must follow. This is not wishful thinking. This is spiritual law. Pause here. Close your eyes if you need to. Whisper to yourself, "My word is creative." Say it again, slower, with more weight. My word is creative. Feel the truth of that statement settle into your chest, because this is the gift I am offering you tonight. The realization that your word is not a wish. It is not a hope, it is law. And soon you will speak the sentence that proves it, the sentence that transforms consciousness into wealth. You have waited long enough. You have listened. You have prepared the soil of your mind. You have opened your heart. And now the seed can be planted. The sentence is this: Yesh li Achshav. I have it now. In Hebrew, the language of creation, the language in which God spoke the world into being, these three words carry immense power. Yesh li Achshav. I have it now. Or in English, if Hebrew does not resonate with you, simply, I have it now. Not I will have it. Not I want it. Not it is coming soon. But I have it now. When you speak these words with feeling, you step into the end. You bypass time. You skip the waiting. You declare yourself the owner here and now, and reality must follow. This is the teaching of our sages made practical. This is emuna, faith made actionable. Think about how often you have been caught in future talk. I will be rich someday. I will get the money when this happens. I will attract abundance eventually. Every one of those phrases delays the blessing. It keeps wealth just out of reach. Always tomorrow, never today. But when you say, I have it now, you collapse tomorrow into this moment. You claim what already exists in the unseen realm. You wear the state of wealth as if it is already yours. And life, which is a mirror of consciousness, bends to reflect that choice. Our sages called this living in the end. It means you do not wait for proof. You do not beg for signs. You do not measure your faith against your bank account. You simply assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and you persist in that assumption until it hardens into fact. And this sentence is the purest expression of that law. I have it now. Say it slowly with me. Feel the words roll through your chest. Feel them settle in your belly. Let them soak into the silence behind thought. Because this is not a mantra to repeat mechanically. It is an act of creation. It is a declaration of identity. Think of the money you desire, not small amounts, large sums. Enough not just to survive, but to overflow. Enough to be generous. Enough to live freely. Enough to say, this is beyond what I imagined. See it in your mind's eye. See the balance. See the check. See the opportunities flowing to you. And now whisper, Yesh li Achshav, I have it now. Feel the shift. Did you notice? The begging energy dissolves. The waiting energy disappears. Something new rises in you. A calm, confident knowing. That is the state. That is wealth consciousness. That is the frequency that attracts money. And here is the mystery our tradition has always known. When you live from that state, you do not just attract money. You attract the experiences, the people, the opportunities that align with wealth. You start moving differently. You start making decisions that match your prosperity identity. You walk into rooms with a different energy. You speak to people with a different authority. And money, which is simply energy in motion, becomes a mirror of that inner self. So do not treat these words lightly. Do not repeat them casually while scrolling through your phone. Speak them with reverence. Speak them with authority, because they are not describing a wish, they are announcing a reality. Now I want you to do something. I want you to pause and comment below these words. I have it now. Or if you connect with the Hebrew, Yesh li Achshav. Why am I asking you to do this? Because when you write it, you anchor it deeper. When you share it publicly, you claim it. You make a declaration not just to yourself, but to the universe. And when others read it, they feel the vibration too. Your declaration becomes a wave of consciousness. This is not superstition. This is how energy works. This is how the spiritual realm operates. Words shape states. States shape reality. And this sentence is the shortcut. So let it sink into you. Whisper it as you fall asleep tonight. Say it when you wake in the morning. Let it become the rhythm of your breath as you walk down the street. I have it now, not someday. Not when conditions are perfect. Not when you deserve it more. Now. Because the wealthy one is not becoming. The wealthy one already is. And that wealthy one is you. This is your identity. This is who you were always meant to be. And now you are finally stepping into it. But knowing the sentence is not enough. You need to understand how to activate the emotion behind the words, how to activate the feeling. The sentence alone, spoken mechanically, will do nothing. But the sentence spoken with emotion, with feeling, with the consciousness of truth will move mountains. Our sages taught Lev Shalom a whole heart. They taught that God does not want your words alone. God wants your heart, your feeling, your complete presence. Because feeling is the secret, not repetition, not effort, not struggle, feeling. Think about it. When you remember a painful moment from your past, your body reacts as if it is happening again, right now. Your heart tightens. Your breath shortens. Maybe tears rise. That event is not happening now, it is gone. But your body believes it is real because imagination charged with emotion is reality to your subconscious mind. Your nervous system cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. Now reverse it. Imagine receiving money, large sums, more than you have ever touched. See your account lighting up with unexpected deposits. See yourself holding the check in your hands. Feel the paper, see the numbers, and then whisper, "I have it now." Notice what happens inside you. If you truly feel it, if you let yourself sink into the experience, your body responds. A wave of relief, a thrill of joy, maybe even a laugh of disbelief. That is the secret. Not the words alone, but the words married to feeling. This is the mistake most people make. They repeat affirmations like machines, 10 times, 50 times, 100 times, but their heart remains cold. Their imagination remains untouched, and so nothing moves, because the subconscious does not respond to empty repetition, it responds to emotion, it responds to the feeling of truth. When you say, "I have it now," you must taste it, you must live inside it. Feel the freedom of paying every bill with ease. Feel the thrill of giving generously to those you love, to causes you believe in. Feel the calm confidence of knowing you are secure, that you are provided for, that abundance is your natural state, that emotional saturation is the fuel. Without it, you are whispering into the wind. With it, you are commanding the universe. This is why our tradition teaches us to feel gratitude before we even receive. This is why we say blessings. We thank God for bread before we eat it. We acknowledge abundance before it is physically in our hands. Because the acknowledgement, the feeling, the consciousness of having is what draws the physical manifestation. So tonight, before you drift off to sleep, I want you to do this. Lie in your bed, close your eyes, and whisper softly, "I have it now." Feel it as if you are drifting into a wealthy dream that is already true. Do not confuse effort with power. Strain is the language of lack. Ease is the language of wealth. So do not force emotion. Instead, surrender to it. Allow yourself to sink into the feeling. Let the words carry you, "I have it now." Say it until the tension dissolves. Say it until relief floods your chest. Say it until joy rises uninvited, naturally, like water bubbling up from a spring. That is when you know you have entered the state. That is when you know the sentence has taken root. And remember, this is not a ritual you do once and forget. It is an identity you wear daily. Carry the feeling with you when you walk into a store. Carry it when you check your bank account. Carry it when you lie down at night and when you rise in the morning, because the world outside is only reflecting the state you hold within. Right now, take this moment. Close your eyes. Picture money flowing to you effortlessly, continuously, abundantly. See it coming from expected and unexpected sources. See opportunities opening. See people reaching out to you. And as you see it, whisper with me, "I have it now." Do you feel that? That shift, subtle yet undeniable. That warmth in your chest, that lightness in your body. That is the power. That is the secret. Now, if this is resonating with you, if you are feeling something shift inside, make sure you are subscribed to this channel, because the journey does not end here. We are walking together through the deepest teachings of our tradition. And if this teaching has moved you, I promise the next will open an even greater door. Do not miss it. So hold this truth close. The words are the spark, the feeling is the fire. And when both meet, reality must obey. This is not theory. This is the law of creation itself. But there is more. Knowing the sentence, feeling the emotion, these are crucial. But there is a third element, the transformation of identity, the inner change that attracts large sums. You have spoken the words, you have felt them, but now comes the most important part, to live as though they are true. Our tradition never taught us to simply repeat words and wait. It taught us to become, to take on the state of the one who already has. And once you take that state as natural, as your default, wealth begins to rearrange itself around you. This is the true change. Not outside but inside, not in your bank balance first, but in your identity first. and then the bank balance follows. Because you can give a poor person $1 million, and within a few years, studies show they will often be poor again. Why? Because their identity did not change. They still see themselves as the poor one who got lucky. But you can take everything away from a wealthy person, and they will rebuild. Why? Because the state creates the circumstance, never the other way around. Consciousness is primary. The physical world is secondary. So when you say, "I have it now," you are not only calling money, you are reshaping your self-image. You are declaring, "I am the wealthy one, I am the prosperous one, I am the one who receives, I am the one through whom abundance flows." And that shift of being, that transformation of identity, attracts money the way a magnet attracts iron. It is automatic, it is inevitable, it is law. Think about it. When you wear poverty as your identity, even unconsciously, you make choices from fear. You avoid risks. You cling to crumbs. You sabotage opportunities because deep down you do not believe you deserve more. But when you wear wealth as your identity, everything changes. You make decisions with calm confidence. You recognize openings others miss because you are looking from a different state of consciousness. You walk into rooms differently and people feel it. They respond to you differently. Opportunities present themselves. Life mirrors back the version of you that you choose to embody. In our tradition, we have a concept called bechira, free will. You have the power to choose. Not just to choose actions, but to choose states, to choose identity. And the wealthy ones, the prosperous ones throughout history, they chose. They chose to see themselves as provided for. They chose to speak from abundance. They chose to act from generosity, even when logic said to hoard. And the universe, which our sages taught operates on the principle of mida keneged mida, measure for measure, responds in kind. You give, you receive. You bless, you are blessed. You speak abundance. Abundance speaks back to you. Large sums of money are not chasing the desperate. They are not chasing those who beg and plead. They are chasing the one who already feels worthy. And worthiness is a state. You choose it. You live it. And then the world reflects it back to you. I have seen this in my own life. I have seen it in the lives of countless people I have taught. One woman in my community, I will call her Sarah, came to me drowning in debt. She had tried everything. Budgets, side jobs, affirmations that felt empty. I taught her this principle. I taught her the sentence. I taught her to embody the state. Within 3 months, she received an unexpected inheritance from a distant relative she barely knew. Within 6 months, she was debt-free. Within a year, she had savings she never dreamed possible. Was it the sentence alone? No, it was the transformation of identity. She stopped being the one who struggles and became the one who receives. Another man, a business owner, was on the verge of bankruptcy. He learned this teaching. He began to speak from the end, "I have it now." He began to feel wealthy before the money arrived. He began to make decisions from abundance consciousness instead of fear consciousness. Within weeks, a client he had not heard from in years reached out with a contract that saved his business. Within months, he was thriving. These are not miracles. These are natural outcomes when you align with spiritual law. So I ask you, will you continue to live in the old story? The story of waiting, hoping, begging, or will you step boldly into the new story? The story of declaring, embodying, receiving. The sentence has been given. The feeling has been awakened. And now the identity must be lived. Picture yourself a year from now, not struggling, not chasing, not worrying, but living abundantly. How would you walk? How would you speak? How would you treat others? How would you treat yourself? That is the wealthy self. That is who you are becoming. That is who you already are beneath the layers of conditioning. From this day forward, let every action, every choice, every word flow from that identity. Not from lack, not from fear, but from abundance already realized. And when doubts arise, and they will because the old patterns have momentum, return to the sentence. Whisper it with feeling. I have it now. Let the state flood back into your body. This is how you persist. This is how you make the new identity natural. Soon you will look around and realize the outer world has changed, not because you forced it, not because you chased it, but because you became it. And money, which is simply energy seeking a home, found its way to you because you became the magnet. The transformation that attracts large sums is not a technique you apply once. It is a transformation of self. It is becoming the person who naturally attracts wealth. And that transformation has already begun in you. You have walked through the mystery, you have heard the secret, you have spoken the words, and now you carry within you something far more valuable than money itself. You carry the awareness of your creative power. For too long you believed that wealth was outside of you, that it belonged to others, that it was waiting for permission or luck or the right timing. But tonight, you have discovered the truth. Wealth was never waiting. It was always responding to your word, responding to your feeling, responding to the state you choose to embody. The sentence you now know, "I have it now," is not a trick. It is not magic in the childish sense. It is a key to unlock what was already present within you. When you speak it with feeling, you cross from the world of waiting into the world of having. You dissolve the illusion of time. You bring tomorrow into today. You step into the consciousness that our ancestors lived from, the consciousness that sustained the Jewish people through every trial, the consciousness that built communities of prosperity wherever we wandered. But the true work begins now, because you must persist. You must carry this state into your mornings, your evenings, your choices, your actions. It is not about repeating words endlessly like a robot. It is about living them, breathing them, allowing them to color the way you see yourself and the way you move through the world. Ask yourself daily, am I acting as the one who has or as the one who waits? Am I speaking from abundance or from lack? Am I making decisions from confidence or from fear? And when you notice yourself slipping back into lack consciousness, when you catch yourself worrying, doubting, fearing, stop. Right there. Return to the sentence. Whisper it gently. I have it now. Feel the calm return. Feel the wealth consciousness rise again like the sun after a dark night. This is how you build the new identity. This is how you persist until it hardens into fact, until it becomes so natural that you cannot remember what it felt like to live in lack. And remember, wealth is not only numbers on a screen. It is not only the size of your bank account. Wealth is freedom, wealth is peace, wealth is generosity. Wealth is walking through the world with the quiet knowing that you are provided for, that life is not against you but for you, that the universe itself, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, blessed be He, bends toward those who align with divine abundance. You are no longer the seeker. You are the one who has found. You are no longer the beggar. You are the wealthy one. You are no longer chasing. You are attracting. And more than that, you are becoming. Let this truth echo through you as you drift into sleep tonight. I have it now. Say it softly. Feel it deeply. Let it sink into the silence of your soul, because the subconscious never sleeps. And when you impress it with wealth consciousness, when you saturate it with the feeling of abundance, wealth becomes the natural outpouring of your days. It becomes as natural as breathing. If this teaching has stirred something in you, if you feel a shift happening, stay with me. Stay with this channel. Because what I have shared tonight is only the beginning. There is a deeper secret, a teaching about how the state you carry into sleep shapes your entire reality. How to use the moments between waking and sleeping to reprogram your world overnight. Our sages understood this. They taught that sleep is a 60th part of death, a time when the soul ascends and the gates between worlds open. And when you learn to use this sacred time consciously, you will never approach your nights the same way again. So if you have not yet subscribed, do it now. Not just for content, but for your journey. Because each step we take together builds upon the last. Each teaching deepens the one before. And the more you walk this path, the clearer the truth becomes. You are the creator. You always were. Made in the divine image, carrying the creative power of the infinite within your finite form. And now you know how to use that power consciously. Now you know how to create the life you were meant to live. So let this moment mark the turning point, the line in the sand, the before and after of your life. From this day forward, you are no longer the one who hopes. You are the one who has. No longer the one who waits. You are the one who declares. No longer the one who dreams of wealth. You are wealth itself, embodied, expressed, walking the earth. And every time you speak the sentence, every time you whisper with feeling, I have it now, you are not repeating. You are not wishing. You are becoming. You are stepping deeper into the truth that has always been yours, waiting for you to claim it. Take a breath, a deep one. Fill your lungs with this new consciousness. Feel it spread through your body. Feel it reaching into every cell, every fiber of your being. This is not just information. This is transformation. And as this teaching closes, let the words rise within you one last time, not as a wish, not as a hope, but as your living, breathing reality. I have it now. Yesh Achshav. Feel the power of those words. Feel the truth of them. Feel the shift they create in your consciousness. Because that shift is real, that shift is the beginning of your new life. And that new life starts right now, not tomorrow, not when conditions are perfect. Now, because you have it now. You are it now. And nothing can ever take that away from you.